Hi, I'm Mr. Bledsoe, and in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about my flipped classroom. Now, the flipped classroom is a model that has become popular over the last few years, and the basic idea is that instead of a more traditional model where a teacher lectures in class and then sends students home to work on practice problems or worksheets for homework, you kind of flip it, and the students watch lecture videos at home, and then when they come to class they work on practice problems or worksheets or other activities, often in groups. And so that's kind of the basic idea. I want to talk a little bit about why I decided to go with a flipped classroom model. I used to teach in a more traditional way, which is to say I was standing up here in the front of the classroom and my students were sitting in their seats listening to me talk to them. Ideally they were taking notes and paying attention, but I realized pretty quickly that in this kind of model I'm the one who's the most active participant. I'm the one who's doing most of the actual active brain work. I'm doing most of the thinking. I'm doing pretty much all of the talking, and all my students are pretty much passive. And that's a problem because you don't learn well if you are just kind of a passive, receptor listening to someone else talk at you. Well, in the flipped model, the students don't sit and listen to me in the classroom. They're not passive in the classroom. Instead, they watch a video at home that talks about the next day's content. Typically the videos are about 15 minutes long. Then when they come to class the next day, they will typically get into small groups, and in those groups they are talking with each other about the math problems. They have different problems to work on, or sometimes a project to work on. They're talking with each other, they're working things out, they're solving problems together, and if they have questions, well, I'm here to wander around and talk to the groups and answer questions as they come up, as opposed to if they were doing the same work at home. Well, if they have questions then they're kind of on their own because I'm not there to help them. So this is kind of the basic outline of my classes as they look now, and as you can see, the students here in this format, the students are much more active and engaged in their learning. Now, one of the questions that often comes up is, well, that's great, but what if we don't have internet access at home? And actually, that's not as big a problem as you might think. If you don't have internet access at home, I can get you the videos on a USB drive or a DVD. I often have students who use this option, and I just copy the videos onto their jump drive for them to take home, and then they can watch them on their computer. If they don't have a computer, I can put it on a DVD for them. Students can always use my classroom computers. I have a few computers in my classroom. They can come before or after school or during lunch, and they can see the videos then. There are computer labs at school and the media center or the library. They can use the computers again before or after school or during lunch. There are always computers available at a public library which they can use. Also, this is an option that some of my students use, which is they watch my videos on their smartphone. This is maybe not the most ideal, just because for a smartphone, even though you can watch the videos on them, it's kind of small, but I've been told by a lot of my students that they actually prefer that just because it's more convenient. And essentially any device that you have on which you can watch a YouTube video, you'll be able to watch one of my videos. They're all on YouTube. So hopefully this has given you a kind of a basic idea of what my flipped classroom looks like. I hope you will take a look at my class website. If you just go to www.MrBledsoe.com, that's M-I-S-T-E-R Bledsoe.com, then you'll see the class website. You can click on either the geometry link or the AFM link, and you can see the different videos and also the notes and the worksheets that go along with them. Take a look at some of the videos and see what they're like. If you have any questions, please send me an email to lbledsoe2@wcpss.net. I would love to hear from you.